It was a bright and sunny morning. Momo the monkey jumped out of bed. "Today is a perfect day for an adventure," he said. Momo quickly ate a banana. 1 banana, 2 bananas, 3 bananas. Diddy the duckling looked at him and laughed. "Momo, you always eat bananas before an adventure." "Of course," said Momo. "Bananas give me adventure power." Diddy giggled. "I don't think that's how it works." Momo stood up and made a superhero pose. "Adventure monkey is ready." Diddy laughed even more. The two friends walked down a small path near the forest. Birds were singing, butterflies were flying, everything was peaceful. "I wonder what we will find today," said Diddy. "Maybe treasure," said Momo. "Maybe a secret cave," said Diddy. "Maybe a mountain made of bananas," said Momo. Diddy rolled his eyes. "You always think about bananas." The friends walked deeper into the forest. Suddenly, crack! A loud sound came from behind a bush. Momo jumped. Diddy jumped. Even a little squirrel jumped. "What was that?" whispered Diddy. "I don't know," whispered Momo. The two friends slowly walked toward the bush. Step, step, step. They looked behind it. Then both of them froze. Their eyes became very big. "Huh? What is that?" shouted Diddy. In front of them was a huge egg. The egg was bigger than Momo. It was bigger than Diddy. It was almost as tall as a small tree stump. The egg had strange blue spots all over it. Momo walked around it. Once, twice, 3 times. Then he scratched his head. "That is definitely not a chicken egg." Diddy nodded. "Definitely not." Momo put his ear on the egg. For a moment, everything was quiet. Then, thump. Momo jumped back. "Aye!" Diddy nearly fell over. "What happened?" "I heard something inside." Diddy stared at the egg. The egg sat quietly. Neither friend said a word. Then, thump, thump. The sound came again. The two friends looked at each other. Something was inside the egg, but what? The strange egg sat in the middle of the forest. Momo and Diddy stared at it. The egg stared at nobody, because eggs do not have eyes. At least, Momo hoped so. Thump, thump. The egg moved a tiny bit. Diddy gasped. It moved again. Momo took 3 steps up backward. Then 3 more. Then 3 more. Diddy looked at him. "Why are you walking away?" "I am not walking away," said Momo. "I am doing a safety walk." "A safety walk?" "Yes." "What is a safety walk?" "It is when you walk away from something scary." "That is just walking away." Momo thought for a second. "Oh," the egg suddenly shook again. "Wobble, wobble, wobble." The two friends jumped. "Momo," shouted Diddy. "What? What if there is a monster inside?" Momo's eyes became very big. "A monster?" Diddy nodded. "A huge monster." Momo swallowed. "A monster that eats bananas?" Diddy shrugged. "Maybe," Momo screamed. "We have to save the bananas." Then he started running in circles. Diddy laughed. "Momo, stop running!" Momo stopped. "Sorry, I panicked." The friends slowly walked closer to the egg. They looked at the blue spots. They looked at the smooth shell. They looked at each other. Then Momo got an idea. "I know." "What?" asked Diddy. "We should guess what is inside." Diddy smiled. "That sounds fun." Momo pointed at the egg. "I think it is a chicken." Diddy looked at the egg. Then he looked at Momo. Then he looked at the egg again. "Momo." "Yes? This egg is bigger than both of us." "So? What kind of chicken lays an egg that big?" Momo thought for a moment. "A very hard-working chicken." Diddy laughed. "I don't think so." Thump. The egg shook again. Diddy scratched his head. "I think it is a dragon." Momo's mouth fell open. "A dragon?" "Maybe." Momo imagined a dragon. A dragon with giant wings. A dragon with sharp teeth. A dragon breathing fire everywhere. The imaginary dragon burned all of Momo's bananas. Momo screamed, "Not the bananas!" Diddy laughed so hard he almost fell over. "You really love bananas." "Of course I do." The friends sat beside the egg. The forest was quiet. Birds sang in the trees. A rabbit hopped past. The rabbit saw the egg. The rabbit froze. Its eyes became very big. Then it turned around and ran away. Fast. Very fast. Momo pointed. Did you see that? Yep. Even the rabbit thinks this egg is strange. Thump, thump. The egg moved again. This time it moved a little more. The friends became quiet. Something inside was getting stronger. Diddi carefully touched the shell. It feels warm. Warm? Asked Momo. Diddi nodded. Very warm. Momo touched it too. His eyes widened. You're right. The egg was warm, almost like it was alive. The two friends looked at each other. Then Momo whispered, I think whatever is inside is waking up. Diddi gulped. Suddenly a shadow appeared behind them. A very large shadow. Momo slowly turned around. Diddi slowly turned around. Standing behind them was Mr. Owl, the oldest animal in the forest. Momo nearly jumped out of his fur. Mr. Owl! Mr. Owl blinked. Why are you shouting? You scared us. Mr. Owl looked at the egg. Then he looked at Momo. Then he looked at the egg again. What? Asked Diddi. What does that mean? Asked Momo. Mr. Owl walked around the egg. Once, twice, 3 times. Then he nodded. Momo groaned. Please stop saying Mr. Owl smiled. This is a very unusual egg. We know that, said Momo. Do you know what is inside? Asked Diddi. Mr. Owl rubbed his chin. Maybe. Momo and Diddi moved closer. What is it? Mr. Owl smiled. I am not sure. Momo and Diddi both groaned. Mr. Owl chuckled. But I know one thing. What? Asked Diddi. Whatever is inside, thump, thump, is getting ready to come out. The egg suddenly shook harder than ever before. Wobble, wobble, wobble. A tiny crack appeared on the shell. Crack. The 3 friends froze. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. Another crack appeared. Crack, crack. Momo's heart raced. Diddi held his breath. Mr. Owl watched quietly. Something inside the egg was trying to get out, and it sounded very, very close. Crack, crack, crack. The strange egg shook again. More tiny cracks appeared on the shell. Momo stared at the egg. Diddi stared at the egg. Mr. Owl stared at the egg. Nobody blinked. Nobody moved. Nobody even breathed very loudly. Then, tap. A sound came from inside. The 3 friends jumped. Did you hear that? Whispered Diddi. Momo nodded. I definitely heard that. Tap, tap. The sound came again. Something inside was hitting the shell, trying to get out. Momo quickly hid behind Diddi. Diddi looked back. Why are you hiding behind me? You are brave. No, I'm not. Today you are. Diddi rolled his eyes. The egg suddenly shook. Wobble, wobble, wobble. A small piece of shell broke off. Pop! It landed on the grass. Momo screamed. It's escaping! It is not escaping, said Mr. Owl. It is hatching. Oh, Momo thought for a second. That sounds much better. The friends slowly walked closer. The hole in the egg was still very small, too small to see inside. The forest became strangely quiet. The birds stopped singing. The wind slowed down. Even the leaves seemed to stop moving. It was as if the whole forest was waiting to see what would come out. Tap, tap, tap. The sound was getting louder. Momo swallowed. What if it really is a dragon? Diddi looked nervous. What if it breathes fire? Momo gasped. My bananas! Diddi laughed. You always worry about bananas. Because bananas are important. Mr. Owl smiled. More important than a dragon? Momo thought very carefully. Almost. Mr. Owl chuckled. The egg shook again. Crack! A bigger piece of shell fell away. This time the hole was large enough to see inside. The 3 friends slowly leaned forward. Very slowly. Their noses almost touched the egg. They looked through the opening. It was dark. Very dark. Too dark to see anything. Momo squinted. I can't see. Me neither, said Diddi. Mr. Owl looked inside. Interesting. Momo looked at him. What is interesting? Mr. Owl smiled. I think I saw movement. Momo immediately jumped backward. Movement! Diddy sighed. Momo, stop jumping every 5 seconds. I can't help it. Suddenly, sneeze! A loud sneeze came from inside the egg. The friends froze. The egg froze. The forest froze. Then Momo whispered, Did the egg just sneeze? Diddy nodded slowly. I think so. Momo scratched his head. I have never met a sneezing egg before. Another sound came from inside, a tiny growl. Grrr! The friends looked at each other. Then another growl came. Grrr! Momo's eyes widened. That does not sound like a chicken. Nope, said Diddy. Definitely not, said Mr. Owl. The egg shook harder. Crack! 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 More pieces of shell fell onto the ground. Now almost half of the egg was broken. Whatever was inside was very close to getting out. Very close. A small shape moved in the darkness. The friends leaned forward. Something was coming. Slowly, carefully. A tiny foot pushed through the opening. Momo gasped. Diddy gasped. Mr. Owl raised his eyebrows. The foot had little claws. Not big claws. Tiny claws. But definitely claws. The little foot kicked again, then disappeared back inside. Momo whispered, Did you see that? Diddy nodded. I saw it. What animal has claws like that? I don't know. The egg rocked from side to side. The cracks spread across the shell. The opening became bigger, bigger, and bigger. Then a small shadow appeared inside. The shape slowly moved toward the opening. The friends held their breath. The shadow came closer, closer, closer. And then 2 bright little eyes suddenly appeared in the hole. The creature inside was looking right at them. But what was it? 2 bright little eyes looked out from the egg. The egg shook. Wobble, wobble, crack, crack, crack. More pieces of shell fell onto the grass. Momo, Diddy, and Mr. Owl watched closely. The little creature pushed. It kicked. It wiggled. It pushed again. Then, pop! The creature came out of the egg and rolled across the grass. Roll, 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 thump. It bumped into a bush. The creature stood up. It shook its head. It stretched its tiny legs. Then it looked at Momo and Diddy. Momo's mouth fell open. Diddy's eyes became very wide. It is a dinosaur, shouted Momo. A baby dinosaur, shouted Diddy. The little dinosaur was bright green. It had a long tail, tiny claws, and very big, curious eyes. It did not look scary at all. It looked cute, very cute. The baby dinosaur tilted its head. Then it sneezed. Achoo! Momo jumped. Diddy laughed. The baby dinosaur laughed too. Soon everyone was laughing. The little dinosaur looked around. Everything was new. The trees, the flowers, the birds, the sky, the grass, everything. Then the dinosaur looked at Momo. It slowly walked toward him. Step, step, step. Momo stood very still. The dinosaur got closer and closer and closer. Then it rubbed its head against Momo's leg. Momo smiled. I think it likes me. The dinosaur made a happy sound. Ree! Then it walked over to Diddy. It rubbed its head against Diddy too. Diddy giggled. It likes me too. The dinosaur jumped happily. Then it suddenly wrapped its little arms around Momo. Momo laughed. Hey! The dinosaur hugged Diddy too. Then it looked at both friends. Rah! Mr. Owl smiled. I think the dinosaur believes you are its family. Momo blinked. Family? Diddy blinked. Us? Mr. Owl nodded. When a baby comes out of an egg, it often remembers the first faces it sees. The dinosaur looked at Momo, then at Diddy. Then it happily pointed at them. Mama! Diddy gasped. Mama! Then the dinosaur pointed at Momo. Papa! Momo almost fell over. Me? The dinosaur nodded excitedly. Mama! Papa! Diddy laughed so hard that tears came to his eyes. Momo laughed too. I don't know how to be a dinosaur, Dad. The dinosaur hugged him again. Papa! Mr. Owl chuckled. It seems you will have to learn. The dinosaur followed Momo and Diddi everywhere. When Momo walked left, the dinosaur walked left. When Diddi walked right, the dinosaur walked right. When they stopped, the dinosaur stopped. The little dinosaur would not leave them alone. A few minutes later, Momo became hungry. I need a snack. He pulled out a banana. The dinosaur's eyes became huge, very huge. The dinosaur stared at the banana. Momo stared at the dinosaur. The dinosaur stared at the banana again. Then, chomp! The dinosaur ate the entire banana, peel and all. Momo gasped. My banana! The dinosaur smiled. Rah! Momo pulled out another banana. Chomp! Gone. A third banana. Chomp! Gone again. Diddi laughed. I think it likes bananas. Momo looked shocked. I think it likes all my bananas. The dinosaur happily rubbed its belly. The sun slowly moved across the sky. The three friends played together. They chased butterflies. They played hide and seek. They ran through the grass. They laughed and laughed. Soon the baby dinosaur was tired, very tired. It yawned. Then it curled up beside Momo and Diddi. Within seconds, it was asleep. The little dinosaur smiled in its sleep. Momo smiled too. Diddi smiled too. I think we should give our new friend a name, said Diddi. Momo nodded. Good idea. The dinosaur opened one eye. It listened carefully. What about Spike? Asked Momo. The dinosaur shook its head. What about Tiny? Asked Diddi. The dinosaur shook its head again. Momo thought for a moment. What about Zippy? The dinosaur jumped to his feet. It ran in a circle, then another circle, then another circle. Rah! Rah! Diddi laughed. I think it likes that name. Momo smiled. Welcome to the family, Zippy. The dinosaur hugged both friends. Mama! Papa! Everyone laughed. It was the happiest day ever. But far away, deep in the forest, a large shadow moved between the trees. Two giant eyes watched from the darkness. The shadow looked toward little Zippy. Then a loud roar echoed through the forest. Roar! Zippy suddenly woke up. Momo froze. Diddi froze. Mr. Owl looked worried. And somewhere in the forest, something very big was looking for the baby dinosaur. The loud roar came from deep inside the forest. Momo, Diddi, and Zippy listened carefully. Then, a friendly dinosaur walked out from the trees. It was Zippy's mother. Rah! Shouted Zippy happily. Zippy ran to his mother and gave her a big hug. His mother smiled and gently hugged him back. Momo and Diddi smiled too. We found your family, said Diddi. Zippy ran back and hugged Momo. Then he hugged Diddi. Mama! Papa! He said. Everyone laughed. It is time for us to go home, said Momo. But we will never forget you, Zippy, said Diddi. Zippy waved goodbye. His mother waved too. Then they walked into the forest together. Momo and Diddi waved until they could not see them anymore. What an adventure, said Momo. The best adventure ever, said Diddi. Did you enjoy this adventure with Momo, Diddi, and Zippy? Then make sure to subscribe to the channel and join us for more fun stories, big mysteries, and exciting adventures. See you in the next adventure.